Thank you for joining us today. My name is Eric Weinbrenner. I am the Director of Mark's Regional Public Safety Communications Program. We're here to celebrate National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, honoring the telecommunications professionals across the Kansas City region who serve as a lifeline between the people in need and first responders. We hope you enjoy this presentation.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
This is 911.
Hello, 911, ma'am, go ahead. Okay, what's going on there? There is one fire there. People hurt. There is fire. There is people hurt. There's somebody hurt.
Hi everybody and welcome in. I'm Nick Vassos with Fox 4 News and we'd like to welcome everybody to the 24th Annual Telecommunicators Appreciation Celebration. 911 dispatchers are vital members of the first responder team. They are often the first voice that people hear in a crisis. Telecommunicators deliver life-saving instructions, gather critical information, and deploy resources and equipment when and where they are needed.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 11.
Okay, what's going on there?
My mom is sitting there. She's dead. I can't feel her heartbeat. Her
Okay.
she may not be dead, but
Are you home alone with her?
yes, I am.
Okay, I want you to go back to your mom, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I want you to do a couple things. You got her on the floor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what I want you to do is get her on the floor, make sure there's no pillows underneath her, okay?
Yeah.
You sure she's not breathing?
Yeah.
Okay, place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the center of her chest. Put your other hand on top of that. I want you to... Don't put any pillows underneath her. I want you to pump her chest hard and fast, at least twice per second, okay?
Should I take off her clothes?
No, don't take off her clothes. Push down on her chest hard and fast, twice per
Oh, I
second.
think she's dead.
Nope, just do this
I
with
got
me.
here. She's doing it right now.
Okay. Push. Tell him to push harder on her chest, twice per second.
5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Keep going just like that. You guys are doing really good, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I do. Thank you so much. Thank you.
On behalf of our citizens in our region, I am honored to say thank you for all that you do in keeping our communities safe. Let's get you back to Eric.
In March of 2020, the Public Safety Communications staff was deep into planning for the 2020 TAC event that was scheduled that year. 2021 has also proven to be a challenging time. The pandemic is still in place, so this is our effort to recognize all of you in the region for all of the hard work that you do day in and day out. During this week, we've recognized the 2020 recipients, and the video you're about to watch will recognize the 2021 recipients. Please know that we are also very fortunate that you have chosen this profession to assist the public. It's very important what you do. You work hard every day, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much for what you do. We hope you enjoy what we've put together for you. It's time now for the agency roll call. Public safety answering points across the metro have shared short videos of dispatch staff giving a shout out. Please enjoy this compilation of videos and maybe you will see 911 friends you recognize.
We are LSFD.
Kansas City Airport Police. This is AMR. Freedom's hometown, we're independence.
On behalf of the Johnson County ECC, happy Telecommunicator Week 2021.
Hi, we're the Johnson County Sheriff's Office Dispatch Center. Hi!
Kansas City, Kansas Police Communications.
We are Lee Summit Police Department.
Happy Telecommunications Week from the Leavenworth County Sheriff's Office. Thank you for all that you do.
This is North Kansas City Police Department.
Overland Park Police! We are resilient, we are dispatched!
Who are we?
Black County Sheriff's Office!
Great videos, you guys. Thanks to all the agencies who participated in this year's agency roll call. We also want to recognize the sponsors who make this event possible. We are grateful for their support from these organizations to help us honor 911 telecommunicators across our region. Thank you.
As co-chair of Mark's Public Safety Communications Board, I'm honored to help celebrate National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Working with police, fire, and EMS professionals, 911 telecommunicators impact countless lives and make our communities safer. You ensure that first responders have the information they need to safely respond to calls for service. These responders could not do their jobs effectively if it wasn't for your assistance. It's also because of you the Greater Kansas City 911 system is considered a national model. Thank you for the life-saving work you do each day and for being there when we need you most.
We now want to honor professionals who have committed their careers to the field of public safety. The following telecommunicators are celebrating 25, 30, 35, and 40 years of service to the public safety communications world.
The MARC Public Safety Communications program now presents the Outstanding Performance Awards. First, thank you to those who submitted nominations showcasing the hard work of your coworkers and staff. The Outstanding Performance Awards Selection Committee includes PSAP managers and supervisors from across the region. This committee reviewed the nominations and made sure each met the award criteria, then selected award recipients. On behalf of the MARC region, thank you all for helping to make this program such a success. Our first award category is Everyday Hero. Recipients of this award demonstrate professionalism and a caring attitude towards peers and citizens. They adapt well to new ideas, maintain calm in stressful situations, and perform above and beyond the call of duty.
Public safety professionals who display a positive attitude, helpfulness, and compassion are deserving of the Everyday Hero Award. Deputy Jeremy Harding of the Johnson County Sheriff's Office has all these characteristics and more. Harding's wealth of knowledge and big picture outlook allows him to successfully mentor those around him, whether he's working an officer-involved shooting, homicide, or pursuit. Harding always keeps a level head and he remains calm during high-stress situations. Deputy Harding serves on the directive team, scheduling committee, and the honor guard, and in each capacity he provides well-thought-out opinions in a friendly manner. As a training officer, Harding co-created an extensive supervisor reference manual to help newly transferred supervisors get up to speed quickly. A true asset to the Sheriff's Office and the region. Congratulations, Deputy Harding, recipient of this year's Everyday Hero Award.
So I started law enforcement, and you'll hear this 1,000 times. Everybody says that I want to help people. Being in dispatch, I get to help hundreds, if not thousands, of people every day, every year. And that is kind of my way of throwing my net and helping as many people abroad as I can. For me, that's very fulfilling. For somebody else, it might be a little bit different. It's very, very stressful, but it's the most rewarding thing I've done in law enforcement in a long time. So I spent several years out in patrol, so it's a little bit easier for me to familiarize myself with a lot of these situations or put myself in those situations. One of the things that people can do is, I encourage people all the time, go out on ride-alongs, try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes in their situation and anticipate things that they might need. A lot of times if you wait for someone to ask for help, it's too late. And we try to take a step ahead of that so that's not the case. Yeah, people count on us to be positive. They, whatever the crisis, they're having a bad day. They're calling in for help, and that's the best thing that we can do. Remain positive, get them help as quickly as we can.
Our second award category is Outstanding Individual Performance in a Critical Incident. Recipients of this award must have handled a major incident that challenged the everyday resources of their agency, while also demonstrating quick thinking and exceptional multitasking skills. The individual must have remained calm and composed during the crisis, anticipated the needs of the first responders, and continued to provide excellent customer service to both field units and citizens. For this award, we will recognize two individuals, one from a PSAP with 2 to 5 positions and one from a PSAP with 6 or more positions.
The award for Outstanding Individual Performance in a Critical Incident at a PSAP with 2 to 5 positions goes to Zachary Cobb of the Blue Springs, Missouri Police Department. On April 9, 2020, Officer Zachary Cobb received a 911 call from a suicidal female preparing to take her own life. Maintaining a calm and controlled presence of mind, Zachary stayed focused on the caller and displayed a concern for her well-being. He kept emergency response partners updated by entering call details into the computer-aided dispatch system and verbally repeated pertinent information given to him by the caller. Zachary relayed the caller's location so arriving officers would be able to locate the subject, bringing a positive outcome to the call. He convinced the caller not to take her own life. So we say congratulations to Zachary Cobb for your outstanding performance during this critical incident.
Yeah, just instantly I kind of heard someone that was just in crisis, as unfortunately a lot of people are. Unfortunately, it's a pretty common thing that we run into. So it just sounded like someone who needed help. So you just try to be there for that person. You try to listen to them. At the end of the day, people just want to be listened to. They want to be understood. They want someone to think that there's someone that's helping them out. And I'm glad I was be there to try and help them out and just say that, there are things out there to help you out. There's support, there's resources, there's officers, there's people to talk to, and you just want to connect that person with that and say, you know, there's no reason to make a permanent solution for a temporary problem. There's always options. I think getting excited and getting worked up doesn't help a situation. So I just want to make a situation better. So if that means me being very calm and collected, then that's kind of what it takes to get the job done.
The award for outstanding individual performance in a critical incident at a PSAP with 6 or more positions goes to Brittany Baker of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. On July 2, 2020, Baker dispatched officers to a fast food restaurant where an armed subject was pointing a gun at people in the drive-thru.
What happened next was something every dispatcher prays will never happen to them. Hearing audible shots fired over the air as officers keyed their mics, and then hearing shots fired, officers down. Remaining a calm voice over the radio, Brittany Baker immediately broadcast a citywide assist the officer, patching 3 major zones plus TAC and RegCom 3 all together. Brittany handled most of the incident, including all of the KCMO PD officers from the 3 major zones and officers from the Missouri Highway Patrol, Independence Police Department, and Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Knowing the search for the suspect would encompass a large geographical area of businesses located near this wooded area, Baker kept officers apprised of information called in from citizens. This large incident had a positive outcome because of the actions that Brittany took on this day. She is very much deserving of the Outstanding Performance During a Critical Incident Award.
How I kept everything together really helped with the adrenaline that was going on, because I knew that this was a very big event and I just wanted to keep all my officers safe, and in parts of doing that I had to know their locations, where they're at, what they were doing. So I don't know how I was that calm. I just think that, again, adrenaline, and I just wanted to make sure that I was the calm voice that they were hearing, because I know, like, if I get worked up, you can tell when the officers start getting worked up, it just keeps building. But I just feel like I was just doing my job. I just had to do what needed to be done. I wanted to protect, I call them my officers, but you know, it's very rewarding being able to talk to different people in the city, and even when you get to the dispatching aspect, I love dispatching on calls and being able to talk to officers and get them what they need and get them where they need. That's just my favorite part. I just really love knowing what's going on and helping them with the calls and getting the bad guys. So it's always fun when you have a foot chase or a car chase and it ends with them in custody. That I always feel like I'm out there running with them, or I'm in the car with them, because you're just so like, yeah, let's go, let's get them. So.
Our next award is for Outstanding Team Performance in a Critical Incident. The recipients of this award must have demonstrated extraordinary team performance, collaborating successfully to handle an incident while maintaining a calm and controlled communication center. The Outstanding Team Performance in a Critical Incident goes to the Independence Police Department.
On December 5th, 2020, ransomware attacked the City of Independence's network and computers, an attack which took the police department's computer-aided dispatch equipment and mules, as well as NCIC, offline for 11 days. And during this time, communications unit had to really rely on paper cards and CAD batch logs to track calls from citizens. Emergencies didn't slow down. The unit logged a combined total of 3,375 calls for police and fire. The Independence PD kept a positive rapport with the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Troop A, and Sugar Creek PD, who assisted in running parties, license plate checks, VIN information, warrant confirmation, and various other teletypes on their behalf. And after the CAD system came back online, the unit began the process of entering the calls for service that had occurred. The teamwork, the hard work, and professionalism shown by the Independence Police dispatchers makes them deserving of the Outstanding Team Performance in a Critical Incident Award.
So what happened is we got hit with ransomware, and it crashed our system for the entire City of Independence, and it crashed us to the point where we had to run on cards, which just means write down the incident. And what made it really difficult was the fact that there was over 3,000 incidents. We were down for 11 days, and we just had to work through it. And you get really used to working with computers and being able to type a lot faster than you write, but we literally had to run back and forth to each other to give each other the cards, and it was just it felt like we might as well be on chisel and stone. There was a lot of stress involved with the whole incident. We were all definitely maxed out on our stress level, but we were able to come together as a team and make it work. We were able to stay positive through it, even though we were all suffering, it kind of felt like we were suffering together, so we were able to get through it. We do train for it, but not to that extent. Like the most we're down, I feel like before that was maybe a couple hours. So definitely not 11 days. And it's not like we could get everybody to stop their emergencies for 11 days. I mean, we had to keep up with the call volume. So I think that practicing for it made it a lot more manageable, and then just trying to stay positive through it. It's hard to do in this job. It's really easy to get negative with all of the chaos and emergencies, but I think that we did a really good job of staying positive through it, and honestly, we just kind of dealt with it with humor, kind of like we do everything else, and it was how we got through it.
As we mentioned earlier, Brittany Baker received the Outstanding Individual Award for her handling of the officer-involved shooting in July of 2020. But our next award goes to the team from the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department who also worked the incident.
Once the citywide assist the officer went out, all personnel working that day jumped in to help. Staff called back citizens with information pertaining to the area, canvassed, and ensured that the injured officer was transported safely by patrol car to the hospital. The North Shoal Creek dispatcher fielded calls for the entire KC metro area south of the river, sending her units to handle priority incidents. On-duty supervisors made notifications to the chief command staff and public information officer and contacted other agencies to request officers into Kansas City to assist with priority calls north of the river. Not knowing if the injured officer would survive, call takers handled all incoming calls efficiently and thoroughly and remained professional, on the air and over the phone, and continued doing their jobs. The officer did survive thanks to the quick thinking and teamwork from the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department Communications Unit.
Well, I actually had a unique opportunity that day. I was the patrol commander for the unit in which the officer was shot. He was assigned to my unit. You know, there was a lot going on the scene, and there was definitely a lot of emotions there. And people weren't thinking as we normally do, just because one of our own had been shot. So there was a lot going on behind the scenes that I wasn't even aware of until afterwards. For instance, Kansas City and the zone that the officer was shot in, where I used to work, processes just a massive amount of calls. And obviously, at the time, we were not able to answer any of those calls in our zone, and unbeknownst to me, the supervisors and the dispatchers had already assigned other zones to come in to the zone where the officer got shot and handle all the calls. So we didn't even have to think about that. I can speak personally because I was on the other side of the air at the time the officer was shot. The dispatcher, Brittany Baker, that won the individual award, she did an outstanding job, just an outstanding job, and that is certainly something that none of us ever want to hear, but she performed flawlessly, really, in a situation that is kind of the worst case scenario for all of us. It is incredible the amount of teamwork that goes into handling a critical incident. The dispatchers really are the glue that kind of keeps everything together to keep the police department going.
The next award category is Outstanding Training Performance. Recipients of this award demonstrate consistent skill, ability, and a willingness to train call takers and dispatchers to perform their jobs in an exceptional manner. The recipient mentors new staff members, develops and conducts on-the-job and classroom trainings, evaluates job performance, and serves as the go-to trainer for the new employees. This year, the Outstanding Training Performance Award is presented to the Johnson County Emergency Communications Training Team.
2020 was a challenging year, but the 14-member training division at the Johnson County Emergency Communications Center persevered. Over the year, they successfully trained 19 new employees by working together, using alternative learning methods and developing new tools. Under normal conditions, Johnson County's training program takes 6 to 9 months, but these certified training officers effectively shortened the time to complete training to between 4 and 6 months. And thanks to their positive thinking, their hard work, their dedication to excellence, morale among staff is up, and the agency is well on its way to being fully staffed for the first time in 12 years.
I have been engaging everyone on the floor, not just the trainers. We wanted to make sure that every member of the shift was involved in making sure that the trainee was successful, and that the trainee felt supported in what they were trying to do. every single one of us remember how difficult it was and how challenging the overall on-the-job training that you take, as well as all the classroom. And having support from the floor and knowing that it wasn't just your trainer, that it was everyone on the floor that was backing you up and rooting for your success, definitely made a difference. When I went through, it was pretty much sink or swim, and we don't know you until you've gotten signed off, and then you're kind of a person. And we wanted to change that. To get the people we needed on the floor, we had to go to a basics, and that when they got done, they knew the basics of the job, and everything else was going to have to be provided them from the floor, through their trainers and through everyone in the staff, to assist them in learning all the other things that they would need to be completely successful.
Our next category is Lifetime Achievement Award. Recipients of this award must have at least 25 years of experience, demonstrate professionalism and take pride in their work, consistently perform above and beyond the call of duty, continually contribute to the overall improvement and success of their PSAP, provide quality service, and display courage, foresight, and perseverance in the highest tradition of public safety service. This year, we will honor 2 individuals for their outstanding achievements.
Our first Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Robin Tiemann. Robin has 30 years of experience in public safety communications, starting her career in 1991 as a dispatcher with the Redondo Beach, California Police Department. Robin quickly advanced to training supervisor. And in 1996, she moved to Missouri and accepted a position as a 911 coordinator for Cass County.
I think it's the best career there is. You know, it's very selfless. You're there to help people, and every dispatcher I know really wants to help people. So you're behind the scenes, nobody sees you. So it really is one of the more selfless careers there is.
The Mid-America Regional Council recognized Robin's leadership skills, recruiting her to oversee 911 training for the region. During her time with Mark, Robin gained tremendous respect from others for the quality of the training that she provided. And in 2007, Robin returned to Cass County as their 911 coordinator. She remained in that role until 2012 when the Cass County Emergency Services Board was formed and needed an executive director. Robin has served in the highest positions on the board of directors at both the state and national levels of Association of Public Safety and Communication Officials.
One of the main misconceptions is that it's just one giant 911 center all across the country. You know, no matter where you call, they know exactly where you are, or they know every subdivision, or they know every street corner. I mean, there are dispatchers out there that know every inch of their territory, but it is very localized, and if you're traveling, they may not be able to know exactly where you are because cell phones are still not 100% accurate, and they can bounce. Kansas City area, we have a Belton and Grandview, so does Texas. And occasionally we'll get a Belton or Grandview, Texas 911 call, and there is that confusion, and it takes a while to figure out that they're actually in 2 states away. So be patient with the 911 call taker and make sure you give them all the information, listen to their questions and answer their questions, because all they're trying to do is help you.
And while Robin recently left public safety to enter the private sector, she continues to offer invaluable service to the emergency communications industry. So we say thank you, Robin, for your dedication and commitment to excellence, which is deserving of this Lifetime Achievement Award.
It's hard to think back about what you thought when you first started. You know, there's just been so many changes. I don't think I would have ever thought I would have been here or ever been the executive director for Cass County and overseeing a radio system and the 911 system, and it's very humbling. I just really appreciate that people appreciate what I have done in my career, and it's very humbling.
Our next Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Master Deputy Brad Webb, who started with the Johnson County Sheriff's Office in 1995. During his time with the division, Master Deputy Webb has taken the lead in expanding and improving technology and growth. And his personal motivation to continue educating himself about 911 programs and databases has also proven to be a benefit to his agency.
Over the years, Master Deputy Webb has received recognition and accolades locally, regionally, and statewide. Colleagues describe him as an outstanding and compassionate person who has mastered the skills of building rapport with callers. Webb keeps callers calm and focused while continuing to ask questions and gather pertinent information. On many occasions, he has successfully de-escalated calls and brought the situation under control before officers arrive. His self-initiative, work ethic, and effective communication skills allow Brad to perform above standard during rapidly evolving situations, which makes him an invaluable resource. His dedication to sharing knowledge and experience with his fellow deputies, trainees, and supervisors reflect highly on Brad's character and leadership. Thank you, Master Deputy Webb, for your positive and successful impact on your dispatch center agency and county.
When I first started with the Sheriff's Office, my initial goal was to go from the jail to patrol, but then the opportunity came up to put in for dispatch, and I did, and I just started over here and eventually became to love the job because it was very rewarding. Every day was different. I wouldn't have lasted 25 years in this division without the people I work with. Always had a great working environment and very, very good people to work with, not only in our dispatch center, but always working with people in the whole metro area. You know, I didn't realize that there were that many dispatchers in the whole metro area doing amazing things through teamwork and saving countless number of lives, helping people get home safe. It's just amazing, and I think that goes kind of unnoticed. Main thing with that would be just keeping calm. You have callers that are very upset, and if I raise my voice, they raise their voice. You know, the main thing is keep it calm, keep my voice down, use the proper selection of words, and over time I've gotten better at that, just from talking to so many people over the years. I'm humbled and honored that my supervisors would nominate me for this award, and I appreciate it a lot.
Congratulations to this year's award recipients. All of you are heroes. With every call and every radio transmission, you perform above and beyond the call of duty. Because someone, whether it's a caller or a first responder, is depending on you. On behalf of your peers, supervisors, managers, your agency, your community, the MARC Public Safety Communications Program, and the entire region, thank you for all the outstanding performances you give every day. Before we go, we'd like to thank our sponsors again for supporting telecommunicators in our region and recognize Nick Vassos for serving as our MC.
Eric, I also want to congratulate this year's award winners and offer my thanks to all the 911 dispatchers throughout the region. We honor you and the essential role that you play in connecting citizens in need to first responders and keeping our communities safe. Thank you.